Hey everyone, welcome to 20 podcast. I'm Skan, and as you can see that Kashish is not here today because she has some health issues. So I'll be hosting this episode fully on my own. So wish me luck. Anyway, moving on. Um, we will just have a little chit chat today. I mean, we were thinking of going live on YouTube, but apparently we do not have a big audience, so it was rather humiliating to go live on YouTube. So I'm here today. I'll just have a little something, a little conversation with you all, and also uh, I just want to clear the air that I'm seeing a lot of rise in COVID cases in India as of now, and it is so sad to see so many people asking for help. And I just feel like maybe we could do something, but there's literally nothing we could do. I mean, I go see on Twitter, there are so many people asking for help, like send this here, send that here, and it's actually good to see that people on Twitter are helping each other, uh, and they're so kind and so polite, and it's really very good to see whatever is going on Indian Twitter right now. And I've seen that this thing has even caught the attention of big uh, big celebrities, big business tycoons from outside India, and that's actually good. This thing should exist because, as you know, that media is in our country is not very impartial. They always cover one side of the news and they just literally leave the other side of the news, which is equally important to be shown to the public. So yeah, we will just have a little chit chat today because even I know that many of our audience might be going through a lot in their lives, and we will just make sure that we keep you guys in our prayer, and we hope that one day even this too shall pass. So let's just get started with the episode. So as we are dealing with a pandemic right now, and there are so many surge in COVID cases, there is one more pandemic which is coming, and I saw the trailer of it yesterday on YouTube, and that's Radhe, right? Salman Khan's new movie. So I saw the trailer. I don't know why. I just disliked it as well. Don't worry. So I saw the trailer, and uh, I mean, it's a typical Salman Khan movie. And I don't know, it's 2021, and why these people are still making such movies. Because, see, the dialogues are literally cringy. So there's one dialogue where uh, Disha Patni, right? That actress, Salman Khan asks her that why is her name Dia. Then she was like, oh, my brother gave this name, Dia. And she was like, okay, when I'll have a sister, I'll call her Media. That was so cringe and so absurd. It doesn't make sense at all. And you know, the irony behind all this is that Salman Khan fans, they just love all this kind of movies, and it's still 2021, and why are they even watching these movies? So we will just talk about all these today. Basically Bollywood, and I know a lot of people just want to just are very they're very confused whether they should actually look up to Bollywood or not. So this is all about this episode today. It's going to be very light-hearted, and as of now when I'm recording, it's around 4 minutes, and I don't know how long will it go. If I get lost in my theories, then it will be a very long episode, and if I do not get lost, then it will be a very short episode. So let's just get to whatever theories I have regarding Bollywood. So you see, there is this two kind of thing going on in Bollywood. One is commercial movies, and the other is art movies, right? These actors like uh, the theater actors basically, and the strugglers, the outsiders as you call them. uh, these people go for this art movies, and the rest of the people, like all the star kids and such, they go for commercial movies, right? So this kind of divide which is there in Bollywood, it's actually very For me, it's very disheartening to see that as a cinema industry, Bollywood has not just failed us, but it has failed the whole country. I mean, see, there is this concept of soft power, which you should know about. You'd see why there are so many people in the world who are fans of Korean dramas, Korean pop music, Korean movies and things like that. Even the Korean movie called Parasite won an Oscar last year in 2020. Yeah, it won in 2020. As a movie industry of pan India, which literally caters to around a billion people's entertainment, don't you think that it is about time that Bollywood should also contribute towards India's soft power? Because I do think that this is also the reason why South Korea is such a big soft power as of now. Even Japan is a big soft power as of now because of anime. I have lots of friends who watch anime and they basically consider themselves Japanese. They are like, oh, you know what? We'll go to Japan, we'll get settled there, this, that, and things like that. And so basically, these entertainment wala thing, now they serve as a soft power of a country. Now, what Bollywood has, you know, taught us or taught the world about India, that we all either are number one software engineers or number two we are, you know, that emotional people who cry at all the things, because most analyze which see Bollywood movies, they watch Shah Rukh Khan movies, and personally I'm not a big fan of him because number one, I don't think he's a method actor. So what is method acting? First of all, method acting is what you see Nawazuddin Siddiqui do. I mean, have you seen Gangs of Wasseypur? Oh my god, this is, I mean, there was one scene in Gangs of Wasseypur where his brother dies. Nawazuddin's brother, Danish, in the movie he dies. So at that time he was smoking weed. Yeah, he was smoking weed with his friends, and then he comes home and then he sees that janaza going on of his brother and his sister-in-law. She's crying like hell. She's not eating anything, and his mother is consoling her. She's telling her that why are you blaming yourself for all these? And then she goes to Nawazuddin and she was like, "Kab खून खोलेगा तेरा? When will your blood boil?" And Nawazuddin at that point of time he becomes so intense, and he's like, he tells his father's friend that you shouldn't interfere in all this, and he will take revenge for his grandfather's and his brother's death. His father, his grandfather, and his brother's death. So you see the intensity of that scene, and also that scene where he kills Ramadhir Singh. Yeah, it was in the end of the movie, almost the end. He kills Ramadhir Singh and he does not stop. He just keeps on firing bullets at his chest, at Ramadhir's chest. And man, that is what we call method acting. When you get lost in your character fully, that the audience is basically, they don't know whether to call you Nawazuddin or to call you Fazil. I never see Shah Rukh Khan doing such things in his movie. I honestly do not. Um, Even in Chennai Express, he had the same expression. Even in his K movies with Karan Johar, what Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum and stuffs like that, he had the same expression. And also one more air rather, which I should clear here, is that people in India who thinks that the NRIs who are living abroad, they all have big mansions, because that's what we have seen in Karan Johar movies. So let me clear the air, this is not the case. People there even live like a middle class family like we do. So basically get out of this whole sequence of that Anarais are very rich, they are this, they are that. Of course they are rich because their parents have H1B visas and stuffs like that. They're very highly skilled, but this does not mean that all the Indians there are living in mansions, coming from a helicopter, and their mothers are just waiting for them, because हमारी मम्मियाँ तो बहुत मारती है यार, हम लेट हो जाते हैं तो. So yeah, this thing about Bollywood should change. Number one, Bollywood should become the become the catalyst of soft power of India. If India yesterday wants to be the number one country with the highest number of soft power, which is right now Germany. Bollywood is the answer. They should, start showing movies the like what, like Parmanu, because that was a very good movie where six Indian, they tested nuclear weapons without the knowledge of USA, CIA. So if you really if Bollywood should really want to, if Bollywood really wants to be the soft power of uh, of India, then movies like Parmanu are the real answer, where we actually see. I'm not a very nationalist person, but if I put myself in the shoes of a nationalist and I say things like Bollywood should become the soft powerhouse of India, then yes, we have to show and make more movies like Parmanu and make sure that they are not just full of mirch masala, and you do not show anything you want to show just to show your country as the best and things like that. Because I'm pretty sure that in India there are a lot of heroes whose story is gone unheard, and we do not even know about them. I mean, even I did not know about the six Indians before watching Parmanu, right? So this is number one. And number two, what Bollywood can do to become a a soft powerhouse of India is they should you know see, India in the world is known as the the power, the AI, the IT industry. Sorry, India in the world is known as the IT industry, the information technology industry, because we have a lot of software engineers. They go to USA, and almost in every American company you will find one Indian, if not one, then more than one. But Indians will be there in software companies in America. So this is what I want to clear. This is what I want in Bollywood to also project, that Indians, as Indians, we are actually very very intelligent, because we are. I mean, I know American people, some American people, and they do not even know basic calculations like what is 22 plus 9. At least in India we do not have such a situation, because our uh, our our main population, the youth here, they're basically either engineers or accountants, and they're highly intelligent and highly talented people. And by intelligence, I do not mean not only academic. They also have a lot of intellectual intelligence, number one. And number two, they also have uh, aptitude wala intelligence. So yeah, this is the reason why we have exams like CAT. I mean, which are so hard when it comes to aptitude. And there are so many Indians who actually are getting more than 95 percentile, which is like a big deal. So yeah, Indian audience is actually very intellectual, and this is the reason why uh, YouTube channels like TVF is growing. They recently launched a new web series called Aspirants. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm pretty sure it is going to be amazing, just like TVF Pictures and TVF Kota Factory. So this was the first point which I wanted to convey. Bollywood should become the soft power house of India if they really want India to be the country with the most amount of soft power, which right now is Germany. And USA's ranks have been dropped because of, I think, the capital incident which happened in January, and also because of Donald Trump and his regressive policies. So this was my point one, and I think that is properly conveyed. Um, at this point of time, Bollywood should just stop making movies which Salman Khan is making, things like Radhe and stuffs like that, because that is surely not gonna help us in any way. If not movies which convey social messages like Parasite did, then we can also make movies which show the reality of India. The youth here who is so intelligent, and they have a lot of aptitude, and still uh, they literally get not a lot in their lives. Or they can show the daily struggles of Indian middle class family, which TVF has shown. I think TVF, right? Yeah, it was TVF. Yeah, Meri Family. I'm not sure about the production company, so just make sure that. Um, I get this. So just make sure that you go to Google and search it. The series is called Ye Hai Meri Family or Ye Meri Family. I'm not sure. It's an amazing series. Just go and watch it. So yeah, and the second point which I wanted to convey was okay. So the second point which I wanted to convey was being relevant. You'd see right now at this point of time, I don't think actors here are very much relevant to the masses because uh, uh, the kind of news which we get in our entertainment magazines like Pink Villa and stuff like that, that Tamur has done this, Sohana Khan has done all that. So I don't think that is actually relevant to the real audience of India who are here to to who are here to see their movies. Because see, NRIs and this white people, they watch our movies, they're like, oh my god, India is such an exotic country, it's a colorful country. They watch this movie once and that's it, they stop. They some of them go beyond and explore, but this number is actually very very less. The people who explore India, Indians, Bollywood and stuff like that, they are very very less number. They watch the movie, they leave the theater or whatever, the Netflix, they leave it, they exit the app, and that's it. They forget about it, and after that, they start talking about their celebrities like Kardashians, and I don't know who else. Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, they start talking about these people. So, actors here have to be relevant to the 1.5 billion Indians which are actually going to see their movies, who are actually going to talk about them, uh, which I don't think is the matter here because, as I mentioned, तामुल ने ये कर दिया, तैमूर का ये हो गया, सुहाना खान ने ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया. This is not going to help. I'm telling you. Actors and potential future actors and the actors who are present right now, they have to be relevant. And if I talk about relevancy, you see actors like who played the role of Samshad in Gangs of Wasseypur. He's a very popular actor. Yeah, right. Rajkumar Rao. Right, Rajkumar Rao, Pankaj Tripathi, and Nawazuddin. These people actually are very relevant, and whenever they make movies or web series, you see a lot of memes being made on them, which is actually a proof that Indian audience and Indian youth, they actually relate to these people more than the so-called uh, Sahanshahs of Bollywood, because they are not relevant, while these people are relevant, and this is the reason why they actually rule the heart of, if not 1 billion, then at least 500 million of Indians. So yeah, this was my second point, being relevant. Number one, being a soft powerhouse. Bollywood being a soft powerhouse of India in front of the world in the international stage. And number two was about being relevant, the actors being relevant, because that is very important. Why do you think people like Kardashians and Ariana Grande, they are so much talked about and they have such a big fan following? Because they are relevant. uh, Teens out there, they see that they see whatever these people do as their potential futures, but uh, whatever Tamur or whatever Suhana Khan does, people in India at least don't see that as their potential futures, but rather the kind of movies which Nawazuddin, which Rajkumar Rao, which Pankaj Tripathi makes, and Indian youth sees that as their own future, and if not future, their own present. So that brings me to my third point, idealizing, right? Because I see people in India, they go mad about a celebrity. It happened with Yash Raj Mukhate, who made that Rasodi Mein Kaun Tha remix, and then he became a meme material uh, after he released that Paadi Hodi Hai song, because it was too much used, and people suddenly started disliking him. He's like, they are like, okay man, why do you make such music which is so much overused? It is so much overused that it becomes cringy and it becomes boring. So this is the thing with idealizing. You start thinking of one person as your god, to the extent that that person becomes cringy and overused in your perspective. So I just want to say that do not do this with people like Pankaj Tripathi and the names which I took earlier, because number one, see, they have struggled a lot. Indeed, they have. I was reading Pankaj Tripathi's interview the other day, and he said that just because he could you know he could live in Mumbai and keep on searching for movies. His wife used to work. She used to do a 9 to 5 job so that she can support the family. And the same is with Nawazuddin, who was a guard, security guard, back in his days. And the same is with Manoj Vajpayee, who did movies like Satya, which I don't know a lot of people have seen or not, but this is the reality of these people, and they have come from very, very humble background. So I just want to say that do not idealize these people to the extent that they become cringy and overused, and you start trolling these people. I mean, see, god wala complex kisi ko bhi mat do is all I would say. Do not give that god like complex to anyone, any celebrity, any person in your life, because they actually do not deserve it. Yeah, so this was my third point. Even if they are the people who are being relevant to you and to the Indian youth, the majority Indian youth, so you should not idealize those people to the extent that they become cringy and they become whatever you call them, overused, and actors who are being trolled. Because I have seen this being happening with Akshay Kumar. I mean, the person who he also comes from a very humble background. So let us not talk about that, but let us talk about how he and all his meme templates were overused to the extent that a lot of people now they actually troll Akshay Kumar like Canadian. They call him Canadian Kumar and stuffs like that. And whenever his movies come, they troll him like, oh, ye fir se patriotic movies leke aa gaya. So that is solely because uh, whatever we did with Akshay Kumar was overusing him and overusing his movie and idealizing him. Everyone was like, oh, I'm not a fan of the Khans, but I am a fan of Akshay Kumar. He makes patriotic movies and stuff like that. Though I'm not a very nationalist person, I have a very cosmopolitan view about the world, but there were nationalist people back then who were kind of idolizing Akshay Kumar, and you see it backfired. People now do not want to see him. They are like, he is cringy, he supports the government too much, and stuff like that. So he eventually became overused. So I just do not want you people to do this with Nawazuddin and all, because I personally am a big fan, and I mean, I do not idealize them. I just am very inspired from their humble beginning, and the way they have acted and the way they have created a new example of cinema in front of Indian audience. And I don't know if there are a lot of people uh, outside of India who like to watch Gangs of Wasseypur and stuff like that, because see, at the end of the day, that is the reality of India. There are a lot of uh, groups who do crimes, who control the politics of a particular region, and that is the reality. I don't know if a lot of people outside of India wants to watch these movies, because these are not fairy tales, but that is the reality of India, and at least the Indian youth have accepted it, and I'm really very happy about it. So yeah, I'm personally a big fan of all the cast of Cancer Pacific. They are just so amazing people, and I uh, have watched that movie around 2 years ago. I do not recall a lot of it, but it's an amazing movie. And if anyone is from outside India and is watching this video, go check that out. It's on YouTube for free. You do not even need to have a Netflix or Amazon Prime account. Okay, so I have said 3 points, and it's around 24 minutes. See, I got lost in theories. So that was not all about it. I also want to appeal to the masses who like to watch Salman Khan movies. See, uh, I do not have a problem with it, because the country which likes to watch Big Boss over shows like Shark Tank, I really do not have a lot of expectation from that audience. For those of you who do not know what Shark Tank is, so it is basically an American show where it is like pitching your startup idea to a group of investors, and if they like it, they would invest in it, and it's an amazing concept. Have you heard of Etsy? Etsy? I think Etsy has come out of Shark Tank. I mean, I was reading about it a year ago or something like that. I'm not sure, just go and check. But I do think that brands like Etsy have come out of Shark Tank. It's a big deal. So at this point of time, uh, Indians who watch Big Boss, please try to watch things like Shark Tank as well and try to make a impact uh, on their demographics so that Indian producers they also get motivated to make an Indian version of Shark Tank, or who knows, the Shark Tank executives and producers they make an Indian version of Shark Tank. If it happens, it's going to be amazing because I have seen this one trend in India. The youth who is interested in entrepreneurship, they're not interested in Bollywood, and the youth who is interested in Bollywood are not interested in entrepreneurship because Bollywood has also always shown entrepreneurship as an evil. I remember when Shah Rukh Khan movie, it was called Race, and it has shown entrepreneurs and businessmen as such evils of the society. He's like जो धंधे के लिए सही वक्त सही, जो धंधे के लिए गलत, वो बोले नहीं भाई, ethics नाम की भी चीज़ें होती हैं, and businessmen do follow ethics. I mean, look at Sridhar Bamboo. He's the CEO of Zoho, and he's a very very ethical man. Look at the Kamath brothers of Zerodha. They are very ethical people. So this is what I'm trying to say is that Bollywood shows entrepreneurs as evils of the society. They are like, oh, businessmen है, ये कुछ evil करके बड़े हो गए, उसके बाद एक पुलिस आई उनको पकड़ के ले गई. This is cliche and boring. I'm saying it right in front of the audience who is watching it. This is cliche and boring. Entrepreneurs are not like this. Their journey is very hard. Sometimes they fail, sometimes they succeed. So you are no one to judge whether they are failing or succeeding because they give their whole lives to their companies, and that is a very very big thing. Giving your whole life to an entity, to a and yeah, to an entity, to a purpose, to a common objective of a group of people, of even yours alone, that is a very very big deal. I know entrepreneurs who lock themselves in room and they keep on working and working, and they do not have time for anything extra, and at the end of the day what do they get? They do not even get a proper recognition. Why? Because movies like Race are made where they show businessmen as evils of the society. जो धंधे के लिए सही है वो सही है, जो धंधे के लिए गलत है वो गलत है, कोई धंधा छोटा नहीं होता, कोई धंधे से बड़ा धर्म नहीं होता. It's not true. It is not, because entrepreneurs they do give themselves for a common purpose. They give their whole lives for a common purpose, and that is a big deal. It is. And you are no one to judge whether that person has succeeded or she has failed, because giving your life for an objective is it's a big deal. So Bollywood, this is also a request. Come warning, do not show entrepreneurs as evil, because the kind of wave that has come into India right now, the startup wala thing which everyone wants to do suddenly, it is here to stay, and it is not the future of India, it is the present of India. A lot of people now do not want to be actor, they want to be entrepreneur, they want to start something of their own, be it a small business only, that doesn't matter, but they want to start something of their own. They want to break away from their 9 to 5 job wala thing, and that is a big deal. So actually Bollywood should come up with the biographies of successful entrepreneurs, Indian only, Indian non-Indian doesn't matter, and try to create a different kind of impact. I mean, this I can even say this about Scam 1992. I know Harshad Mehta, he was not a good person. Whatever he did was not ethical, and the whole series, the whole web series is an amazing treat for the audience to watch and know more about Harshad Mehta. But at the end of the day, it is actually kind of making an impression that entrepreneurs are necessary evils of the society, which is not true. So it is like an appeal. Okay, entrepreneurs are not the evils of the society. They are the present of India, and they are also going to be the future of India, and they are the reason why India right now is actually on the verge of becoming a developed country. So Bollywood, stop it. So I think that was it for for the episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and do let me know how did you find the episode. You can also find us on Spotify, and if you're listening on Spotify, you can also watch us on YouTube. So that was it with the episode. We'll see you in the next one, and I hope Kashish returns for the next one, or else I'm always here. Bye bye, guys. See you.